Hello everyone and welcome back to the Solly stream, up all night with the Solicast. It is currently 7 o'clock in the morning. We've been up the whole time and we are not finished yet because we are doing it all day and all night. So you join us here in the Horror HQ, or whatever you want to call it, where we will be doing some scary stories. Dun dun dun! Yeah, because it's Halloween, you can't have a Halloween without telling ghost stories, can you? So we've got our little Minecraft computer that will generate some ghost stories,
So,
and we'll tell you some, read you them out and see what you think.
There's several ways to turn on a computer though. You could use your finger, maybe a banana, even a pencil, but I'm going to use my hand.
What?
There we are.
I assume that's a reference from something.
Unlikely. So the computer's turned on.
Okay then.
And let's start to read our first scary story.
You guys can just sit back and relax and enjoy the flames of the Minecraft while we read you it out. Oh, you are reading my teaser. Okay, so Matt doesn't know any of the stories I'm reading to him, and I don't know any of the stories he's reading to me, so we're also telling each other.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Right then. Let's begin. Trip, trip, trip. One night, a young girl, Lily Foster, is left alone for the night in her country house while her parents drove out to a town for a party. This was fine for Lily, especially since she had a faithful dog, Scott, protecting her through the night. She made herself something to eat and sat down at the kitchen table. Turning on the radio to her favourite station, she was surprised to hear a news bulletin declaring that an avenged murderer was on the loose. It advertised that people should secure all windows and doors as a safety precaution. With a dog beside her, the young girl locked the front door, the back door. She also went to window and locked each of them one at a time. She reassured herself that she would be fine with a trusty dog and that her parents would be home shortly. Anyway, so Lily had a pleasant, peaceful evening and finally decided around 11 o'clock it was time for bed. She climbed the stairs to her bedroom and slid under the big, warm blanket of bed. Before closing her eyes, she reached down under the bed and allowed the dog to lick her hand. She did this every night because it comforted her. A short while later, she awoke to the sound of a scratching noise at her bedroom window. She eyed the window and reminded herself that the whole house was locked and she was safe. She struck her hand into the bed and felt her dog's slobbery tongue cross over the palm of her hand. She sighed and went back to sleep. An hour or so later, she sat up in bed. She heard footsteps in the hallway and crept out of bed to see if it was possible that it was just her parents returning from their party. Seeing nothing, she returned to bed and she was about to stick her hand under the bed when she heard a drip, 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 followed by some footsteps. She walked down the stairs into the kitchen and secured the taps. That surely wasn't the source of the drip. She crept upstairs and climbed into bed. This is silly, she told herself, and probably just a magic moment. She stuck her hand under the bed and felt the dog lick her hand. An hour later, she woke again. A little mad at this point, she jumped out of bed, and the dripping wasn't coming from the kitchen, so it must be from the bathroom. She crept along the side of the hallway and walked into the bathroom. She groped along the side of the walls with her left hand, looking for the light switch. She picked the light switch on gas. There, hanging in the shower, was a rod, was Scott, the skinned dog. A pool of blood had formed from the bathroom tile with a continuous drip, drip, drip as the blood from the dog hit the ground. Something on the wall caught her eye. Written on the wall was a message in blood. Humans can lick too. Dun dun dun. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Clever, isn't it? So that gross paedophile was licking her under the bed. Yeah, well, very interesting. Okay, so your turn then, I guess. You have that one. Oh god. That. Okay, so that was my first one. Now over to Matt to
might have got the warms.
You might have destroyed what?
Some of the pumpkin.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
manhole.
continue.
One morning, a young Japanese girl named Mai was walking to school. On the way, she happened to see another girl playing at the end of the street. For some strange reason, the girl was jumping up and down. Mai knew that the girl must be attending the same school as her because they were both wearing the same school uniform. When Mai got closer, she saw that the girl was jumping up and down on a manhole cover. Mai was puzzled. She wondered what the girl was doing. Why was she jumping up and down on the same spot like that? Was she insane? Was it a game? A strange game. As she was jumping, Mai heard the girl muttering to herself, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. E. As Mai passed by, she recognised the girl. It was Hakura, a quiet and strange girl in her class who was often the target of bullying. Sometimes the other girls in class would just ignore her. Other times they would take cruel pranks on her. The teachers knew she was being bullied, but they just turned a blind eye and didn't bother getting involved. Really realising that school was starting in a few minutes, Mai hurried on, leaving the strange girl to her odd game. That day in class, Mai noticed that there was an empty desk. Hakura hadn't shown up for school. All day, Mai wondered what the girl was up to. When the school bell rang, all the kids streamed out onto the street. Mai walked home and, on the way, she came across Hakura again. The girl was standing in the same spot she had been that morning, and she was still jumping up and down. Mai walked up to the girl and stopped right in front of her. The girl just kept jumping as if Mai wasn't there. She had a big smile on her face and was saying, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. What are you doing? Asked Mai. Hakura didn't answer and just went on saying, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I asked you what you were doing, shouted Mai. The girl just ignored her and kept jumping up and down. Mai didn't particularly like or dislike the girl. She remembered calling the girl some cruel names in the past and bullying her along with her other classmates. Who do you think you are? Mai shouted. Answer me when I talk to you. Until that moment, Mai had never hated Hakura like the others did. But the sight of the girl enjoying herself so much and ignoring her so completely filled Mai with anger. You better tell me what you're doing, or you'll be sorry, warned Mai. The girl... What? The girl just went on, jumping happily, as if she hadn't even heard Mai's warning. Suddenly, Mai lost her temper and pushed Hakura to the ground. My turn, said Mai, and she took the girl's place and stood on the manhole. Mai jumped up in the air, and at that exact moment, Hakura reached out and removed the manhole cover. Mai fell straight down. The strange girl got to her feet and replaced the manhole cover. Then, with a big smile of satisfaction on her face, she started jumping up and down again. As she jumped, she said, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
There we go.
That's kind of confusing, because I'm pretty sure a manhole cover is too heavy for a girl to lift in the split second that someone is jumping.
Strange. Well, what a sick girl. She killed 10 people. Clever that is. Okay then, so, my turn. Righty-ho then. This one's called Google Yourself. And this is a bit of an interesting one, actually. Right. Don't Google yourself. Why? Because you may not like what you find. One day I was bored and decided to search my own name on Google. I had quite a rare name, so I didn't expect to find any results. Imagine how surprised I was when I came across a website that had my full name in the domain, so www.myname.com. When I clicked the link, it brought me to a message board. I looked at the profile of the website owner and found out that the person was the same age as me, but also had the same hobbies and interests. There weren't any posts on the message board, but I was intrigued, so I saved it in my favourites. It was about a month later when I went back to the website. This time it had more content. There were some diary entries, mostly random things like the weather was nice today, or I'm so bored in work, things of that nature. However, as time went on, I began to notice more and more coincidences. The person lived in the same city as I did. It also struck me that rather strange that two people with the exact same rare name would be living in the same city at the same time. At one point, I noticed that the contents of the diaries were also quite similar to my own life. One day, I went to a basketball game, and when I checked the website that evening, I found that the owner of the site had gone to the same ball game. At first, I didn't think much of it. After all, tens of thousands of people in the city support the same basketball team. It began to seem like much more than a simple coincidence. Whenever I checked the website, I would notice little biographical details that seemed too close for comfort. For example, the owner mentioned their pet dog, and the dog name was the same as the dog I had when I was a child. The website owner posted a picture of their car. It was the same model of car that I'd been driving when I was in college. They talked about eating at a certain restaurant. It was the same restaurant I had gone to all the time when I was working at my previous job. One day, when I looked at the message board, people had written messages to the owner saying happy birthday. That day it was my birthday as well. I decided to write on the message board for the first time, just out of curiosity. I was going to wish the owner a happy birthday and tell them that I had the same name as them. However, when I tried to write something, I realised that there was nowhere to type your message. It wasn't a message board at all, just a static page. That's what I thought to myself. In other words, whoever owned the website had gone to a lot of trouble to make it seem as if it was an interactive site, as if there were other people posting on it, when in actual fact, all the content must have been created by the owner. Why on earth would someone do that, I wondered. I decided to send an email to the owner. It read, "Hi there. Believe it or not, we both share the same name. Nice to meet you." It was just a friendly email. The next day, when I tried to look at the website, I discovered it was gone. It seemed like it had been deleted. Then I opened my mailbox. There was one reply. When I looked at it, a chill ran down my spine. It just read, "Found you." Dun dun dun. Stalkers. So, that's why you've got to be careful of internet stalkers.
Well, they were all pretty scary.
Right, so on to the next one.